Good evening. This is Creating Cards with Sherry. I'm Sherry, and I'm so glad that you have chosen to join me today for my Tickled Tuesday video. Before we get going on that, I just want to remind you that those of you who made purchases last month, you can redeem your coupons this month. So look in your email box and find out, get those emails that give you your coupon codes so that you can get that taken care of. And congratulations for being able to get some money off on your products. All right. The other thing that I wanted to tell you was there is a special designer series paper sale going on right now that is 15% off on select designer series paper. So if you have a catalog, you can look it up there, or you can go to my shop at creatingcardswithsherry.stampinup.net and just type in designer series paper in the search bar, and it will bring it all up, and you will be able to see what is on sale. So don't hesitate to take advantage of that. We have some good sales going on. All right, now we can get going on what's happening. All right, I am going to be sharing with you a card that I'm putting together using our Winterly Tree Tops suite. And this suite can be purchased in the new mini catalog that is coming out in September. As a demonstrator, I have the privilege of ordering it early and trying some things out and showing you what can be done. And we actually used part of this suite in a conference that I was a part of, and so I've had some experience with those. But I made a different card today to show you, and I'm excited for you to see what is ahead. All right, we have our nest of birds. I can't remember exactly what it's called. So anyway, the DSP paper that comes with that suite is this, and it comes with some really nice birds. And the back side is some Lost Lagoon colors. There's birch paper. I love this. In fact, I use that in my card that I'm doing today. And some pussy willows on the back. And then you have these papers that are great for scrapbooking, actually. If you cut them in half, you can use that on the end of your scrapbooking page, or you can cut them in half and then cut them up to fit a card as well. Either way, it's very versatile that way. But that's what the design looks like on the bottom. And then on the back side, we have some light brown, I want to say this is crumb cake, but I'm not sure, and with some bird feet on it. That's the pattern that's in it. Okay, here are some more birds. Aren't those pretty? I just love these rich colors. And Lost Lagoon, another speckled pattern instead of your stripes. Then there's this one. I think this one is one of my favorites. And it's got all small birds and the pine cones and so forth, and the green stripes that I was talking about. This one is also one of my favorites, this birch tree with the birds all over it. I just think this is gorgeous. And then it has some more of those, well, the open pussy willows, I guess you could say. So that's the paper that comes with this designer, or with this suite, the Winterly Treetops suite. Along with that suite, we have our embellishments called Earth Tones Shimmer Gems. I will be using those today. We have linen thread called the Natural Tones Linen Thread. Aren't those pretty? And then the Winterly Treetop stamps. I'm going to be using the Sending Thanks and Much Love stamp today. And then it also comes with a 3D embossing folder, and this sucker is huge. But I love it. It is so nice. And it gives you the birch wood embossment. Okay. And then it also comes with a set of dies. That looks like this. And I know that doesn't look like much just looking at it right now. This one and this one actually cut out birds on the paper. You just have to find out which one it is. And then there's so many things you can do with everything else. I went to a conference earlier in June, I believe it was, and we learned how to use all these dies. And so in the next few weeks, or within this month sometime, I hope to show you some more things that we did that were just really exciting to have a part of that. All right, so those are the items that are in that suite. I'm just going to put them aside. The other things I'm going to be using today are my 2 circle punches. One is my 2 3/8 punch. Oops, that's upside down. Get it right. 2 3/8 inch punch and the 2-inch punch. We're going to be using both of those. And the adhesives that we're using are the Stampin' Seal, the Dimensionals, Stampin' Dimensionals, and the Mini Stampin' Dimensionals, and the multi-purpose glue. All right. I think that's it. I'm going to grab my paper trimmer because I'm going to show you how to set this all up. But before I do that, I just want to show you that you're going to need 2 circles of the 2-inch circle, and you're going to want it, if you aren't going to use these colors, you're going to want 1 color cardstock and 1 either basic white or a lighter shade of cardstock. All right, you want 2 of the 2-inch circles there. Same thing with the 2 3/8 circle. You'll want 1 color and either the basic white or a lighter shade. And then I have 2 of 4 by 2 3/4. I'm using gray granite today. And the DSP paper that I was showing you is 3 3/4 by 2 1/2, and I need 2 of those as well. I'm going to start with the standard 5 1/8 by, or 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, and I'm going to score this at 4 1/4. I'll bring this down a little more so you can see it better. I'm going to score that at 4 1/4. Then vertically, I am going to go to 3 inches, and make sure that when you score your paper, you're using the score blade and not the cutting blade, which is what this is. The darker one's the cutting blade. This is the scoring blade. So you want to make sure that you use the right blade. I can't tell you how many times I've messed that up. Okay, so I'm going to go to 3 inches, and I'm going to cut from the top down to that score line. Then I'm going to turn this a quarter, and the thing that you want to pay attention to is that this part here is a little wider than this part. You want to cut on the more narrow end, okay? And so we're going to line that up. We're going to line up the score line, and then you can either start from the top and go down, or from that line to the top. And I'll just take my paper snips to finish it off so that we get a nice cut. All right. So it's really important to remember that when you turn it your quarter, that you are keeping the wider part and putting aside the smaller one. So just keep that in mind. With my bone folder, I'm just going to give that a more crisp cut. Then I took a 5 1/4 by 4 piece of granite paper and I had embossed it with the embossing folder, the birch wood. So I'm going to put that right on here. And then we're going to use these. I had previously glued some of this so that I could figure out what was what. Make sure I had it properly together to show you. And we're going to do that. And then this is called the open door card. So that's the inside. We're closing the door right now. And we're going to put on our next layer on the front of our door. So I'm just going to put that right there. Then I'm going to take the birch tree DSP and I'm going to put those on both sides of the door as well. Okay. Now, one thing I'm going to suggest, it doesn't matter what color you use, but I would suggest cutting out a third circle with the 2 3/8 inch, and you're going to fold it in half and use it as a guideline. Because what you want to do is you want to make sure that one of your circles is going to be, or that your circles are going halfway down. So I have to do some switcherooing here so that I don't get this messed up. All right, so I'm going to use these two circles, and one is 2 3/8 and the other one is 2 inch. I'm going to use my multi-purpose glue, and we're just going to put some glue on there. And set it down right there. All right. And then I want to set this up so that it comes down right there. And actually, I'm going to tell you something different. So hang on there. You can do it that way, but I think I'm going to do it another way. I'm putting my brown, my early espresso, on top of the white. And you'll find out why I'm doing what I'm doing. There's really a reason to my madness. Okay, I'm going to center this right there, and then I know that I want the card or the circles to go up that high. All right, so I'm going to put some glue on the bottom half, or what I will use as my bottom half. And I'm just going to have this lined up here. And I'm going to stick this down right there. And it should be exactly where it needs to be. It's sliding on me because that glue can do that. All right. Then what you want to do is put this one right on top of that. Right there. And you're going to put your glue on the back of that circle. And you're going to leave it right there so it's all lined up with it. Oh, I forgot one thing. Shoot. Okay, well, I'll have to... hang on just a second. I just thought of something. I needed to stamp this first. So let me find something to wipe this off with, and then we will stamp it real quick. Actually, I'm going to stamp it right here because I think I can get it off that glass paper or glass mat. All right. I take my stamp. Stamp that. Then I'm going to take this and make sure that my saying is the way that it needs to be. I'm going to add just a little more glue since I got that wiped off. Check again, make sure my words are where they need to be. Then I'm going to take this and go down that way. That makes it easy, okay? Oh, it was up a little bit. Ah, phooey. Here we go. It gets a little tricky, that's for sure. But if you use the multi-purpose glue, it will allow you to move those things around in place. So there you go. There we have it. Now I'm going to get something to wipe this up so that I don't have a mess to work in. All right. Wipes up nice and easy, which I knew it would. Okay. Then on the front, I am going to take, I fussy cutted. I did a fussy cut with these things, and that's what's going to go on the front of my card. So I'm just going to take this, a regular dimensional, and then I think I'm going to take two small ones so that I can get these ends on there pretty good. That's never happened to me before. Had two dimensionals stuck to each other. All right. Let's put it about. No. This side's a little more narrow, so you gotta be careful where you're putting it. All right. All right, and I'm going to stick my little bird right there. He's so cute. And I'm going to put some pine cones on here as well. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a dot right there. Just a small dot. And so I can lay this on here and they'll stick together. I'm going to take a dimensional, put that on there. And we'll add those to our card. So that's the front. We're going to open the door and see our message. All right. This still is a little crooked, but it's all right. It's better than it was. All right. And then I'm just going to take this little piece and I'm going to add it right there. Okay. And there's your card. You open the door and you have your message. It's a nice little surprise inside there. Okay. And that's how you put those together. You can go to my blog at creatingcardswithsherry.blogspot.com and you can find all the measurements and the products that you will need. I usually I put pictures of the products on the bottom of the page, and I will not be able to do the sweet products on there because the catalog's not out yet, and so they haven't put those products on the site yet. But you will be able to see everything else that you'll need in order to make this card. And you can always refer back to this video to see how it was done, and you can make your own. I did a couple other ones as well that were just really different. I used a decorative punch instead, and that's how that one turned out. And then we have this one, a coffee cup. You're the best part of my day. All right, so that's that one. All right, yes, I just remembered I want to add some embellishments to this. So before I forget to do that, I think I'm going to use my green. And do I want it up there or do I want it down here? I'll put it up here. There we go. All right. And there we go. That's our card for today. I hope you enjoyed that. If you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, make sure you do that so that you get notifications when the videos come up. And I want to thank Marcia for joining. I noticed that she had joined today. And if, leave any comments that you have. I always look at them and I will get back to you as quickly as possible. I always reply to them, so you'll always hear from me. All right? Spread the word to your friends about my channel, and we'll let them be a part of this as well. All right, thank you so much again for joining me. I will see you again on Sunday for my Simple Sunday video. Bye now.